Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, and it's actually afternoon. So good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great weekend, and welcome to this new video on Bitcoin. Your daily update, of course. We'll talk about the markets. We'll talk about Bitcoin specifically. Currently, the volume is down. Bitcoin is very, very flat, basically as it has been since the start of September. We had a little bit of momentum last week, obviously, after some news and stuff. But that was it. And next week, we are going to get some big moves. We have the inflation rate and the CPI on Wednesday. So we'll talk about that as well today, what to expect from that and just in general what that means. And we'll just do an overview of the market. I mean, to be honest, since I did the video yesterday, not a lot has happened. But there are still some things we need to talk about. And overall, we did see some significant changes in the market. All right. I mean, if you check other cryptos right now, most of them actually spiked down pretty heavily, which Bitcoin did as well, or at least Bitcoin spiked down as well, but it was a very minor spike. So, all right, we'll talk about that. Before we dive into that, I do want to briefly mention that I have my own premium trading group in which I share my own trades as signals, but you also gain access to a chat room full of traders and my trading guide for if you want to analyze and trade like me. So there's that. If you're interested in that, then consider joining. For now, let's get into Bitcoin. So situation for Bitcoin in my eyes is still the same technically, and that is that it's consolidating between 25,600 and 26,400, where there definitely seems to be more bearish momentum, of course. It's I mean, most of the price action is actually between 26k and 25,600, and at this point of time, I mean, the general fundamentals of the markets, or of the market, of at least Bitcoin, is bearish. What we've seen is that the dollar has continued to grow in strength, so that's obviously bearish for Bitcoin. And then historically, what does matter is that September just usually is a bearish month for Bitcoin, all right? And there's no fundamental catalyst that's really helping Bitcoin right now. Maybe at the end of September we'll get some bullish momentum because of the whole SEC and ETF business, which right now I believe that's in October that they will actually judge those ETFs and accept them or not, or postpone again, which I wouldn't be surprised of. So yeah, but until then, I think it's most likely to be bearish, all right? Now, with the inflation rate and with the CPI coming out Wednesday, sometimes what we've seen in the past is that actually does cause some volatile movement, and that could go both ways, all right? So while Bitcoin is still in this consolidation, that's still a possibility, but I would say that it's most likely that we'll see a bearish breakout. Like I said, the dollar strength index has been continuing to grow. The US economy has been doing very, very well. So it might be the case that we'll actually see the inflation rate, which is already expected, that it will go up a little bit, but that will actually be higher than expected. With the core inflation rate, it's expected that it will drop. If that's actually higher than expected as well, then that's just bullish for the dollar strength index and very bearish for Bitcoin. And I think overall, that's like there's way more scenarios and way more possibilities that it will provide some bearish momentum for Bitcoin than that it will provide bullish momentum. Like what we had over the course of this year mostly was that it was expected that the inflation rate would drop, and then it dropped down lower, all right? So that's fundamentally just great because it is already dropping, and then it's even dropping down lower. And right now, it's just a different story, because it's some at least are rising, like the CPI and the inflation rate year on year. So that's what I expect. I do expect a bearish breakout through 25,600 somewhere next week, depending on the results of the inflation rate, which I will still keep you updated on. But for now, that's my take on Bitcoin. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.